Would you buy a robot friend? Do you believe in genetically enhancing the human race? Is technology getting too advanced for our own good? And can robots have feelings? Hey everyone, welcome to Girl Talk History, and today we're going to have a little book talk about this book I just finished called Klara and the Sun. We're going to be addressing some questions and conflicts this book brings up with some very special guests that I will be bringing on later to share their opinions and discuss some insanely contemplative ideas. But first, let's get to the plot of this lovely little novel. Cut to Lucy in a kayak in the pool. So, a brief rundown of the plot of Klara and the Sun is that there is this world in the future, and it's very industrialized and technology heavy, and so families can buy what's called AFs. Families can buy what are called AFs, artificial friends, which are basically robots that their kids can have and be friends with. And so Klara and the Sun follows this one specific AF, and her name is Klara, and she gets chosen by this girl Josie, who gets sick pretty often, and we don't really know why she gets sick. That is something that you figure out, and so we just kind of see how Klara interacts with Josie and Josie's family, and we kind of get on an adventure about figuring things out about Josie, figuring things about the natural world around them, stuff about Klara, and it's just really, really interesting to see this story from the point of view of this artificial intelligence. And a big theme is like, do the AFs really have like feelings? Do they really act like people? And this is a really good way to see the story from a pretty cool perspective. Now, this book won the 2021 Nobel Prize in Literature for the author Kazuo Ishiguro. Pretty sure I said that right. Not, I'm sorry. But let me tell you, I understand why it won a Nobel. It is amazing. There are so many twists in this novel. You never ever see anything coming. It is insane. I highly suggest this book to anybody that likes to read, even if you don't like to read. I usually can't sit down and read a book, but this one, it just has you turning every page and just really, really, really excited to find out what happens next. And amazing. Here from Maureen Corrigan on NPR, and she said, "He is the master of slowly deepening our awareness of human failing, fragility, and the inevitability of death. All that, even as he deepens our awareness of what temporary magic is to be alive in the first place." Which I think sums up this author and this book perfectly. The themes present in his work really make you think about some really intense human issues, and I have not thought about half the things that he brings up in his novels. It's insane. And speaking of all these topics, we are going to have some guests on to move into our anticipatory set section of the video. Now, what is an anticipatory set? Well, these are questions related to topics and themes prompted in the novel. These questions get us ready for and engaged in the topics of the book. I have a few guests who haven't yet read Klara and the Sun, and we're going to be talking about what they think about some of these topics. Let's go. So the first person I brought on today is Miss Emily Martin, and she's going to get us started with some essential questions about themes presented in Klara and the Sun. First question, Emily, do you think there's something in each person that makes them unique, kind of like a soul?
I do. I do believe everyone has their own soul, whether that be an old soul or a new soul. Everyone's fueled by something. Everyone has their own things going on.
Is this like a spiritual kind of thing, or is it just like?
I think it is.
I think it is. And in addition to that, do you think someone's like soul or their essence could ever be truly replicated?
No.
No.
Unless it's a reborn soul, as someone from the past might have died and their soul passes on maybe to like just a random person, or like someone gives birth and they have the same soul.
Okay, I do like hearing that kind of like spiritual aspect, like that's different from like traditional like religion or like atheism.
A mother and a daughter, I feel like they're soul tied, or like I don't know, parents.
Okay, so
I feel like they have something together.
Okay, so you believe that like the connections people make are deeper than just like
yes.
surface level?
Yes.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Deeper than blood as well, because I tend to find people like that I immediately click with, and I feel like our soul is like interlocked.
Oh, okay. That's really
that
interesting.
are really connected.
Well, thank you for being on the show today.
What's the show called? The Lucy Show?
It's a book talk for my YouTube channel, Girl Talk History.
Oh, cute.
So, anyway.
Women.
Next guest is going to be my friend Reese from my
Guys.
English class. She's also on mock trial with me, and we just won regionals, so
Yes,
we're going to
we
stay
did.
later. But anyway, so I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
One, what do you think makes someone lonely?
I think that loneliness can come from, one, just not being around people, or two, can just be a side effect of depression or whatever else.
All right. Next, a question. Would you ever harm yourself to help somebody else?
Absolutely.
Do you have like any people in specific, like in your life, that you would really help?
A lot of people, like all my family, a lot of like my close friends, and really just like in general, I feel like I would like put myself in harm's way to save someone else's life. So
Do you know like do you have like a marker of like how much harm you take to like help somebody out? Like is there anything that you'd be like, I probably wouldn't like break my leg
well, okay, so like family, I
Yeah.
feel like I would like die for them, but like
Yeah.
friends and stuff, like. I may break a couple bones or something.
Wow.
but I may not die for them exactly.
All right, and last one. Would you chance death for the let me rephrase. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
would you risk death in order to gain something like money or intelligence or some sort of power? Like you wouldn't for sure die, but there's a chance that you could, lose your life, but you get these things.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Anyway,
exactly.
thank you for
You're
being on the show
welcome.
today.
Thank you for letting me come be a guest.
Okay, next we have my friend Haley. Would you agree that most people, generally want to like protect the world and the environment and stuff? Like,
I think they do.
yeah, like the average person.
Like they think that they do, yeah.
What do you mean they think that they do?
Like they think that they would, but when it comes down to it, a lot of
Yeah.
people are too selfish to actually act that way.
Yeah, like when people still use like Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Or- yeah.
Like it just doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, so
Yeah.
people tend to ignore the consequences
Yeah.
because it's not impacting them directly in that moment.
Yeah. And do you think the effects of all of our new like technology and like industry, do you think the negative environmental impacts are less than the positive things that we get from all this technology?
I think that it might seem that way now,
Oh.
and it might feel like it, but I think
Yeah.
that eventually it's not going to matter because if we're all dead, then who cares what technology we have?
Yeah, like our grandkids' kids are gonna be like, wow, y'all got straws, but we have no planet. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
All right, thank you, Haley.
You're welcome.
These are some more questions. If you like thinking about like nature, souls, you should definitely read Klara and the Sun. It's a great book. Won a Nobel. So thank you. I have another guest today. This is my grandpa, Hardy Burt Lee. We are in the hospital right now, but he's still gonna answer some thought-provoking questions. Okay, I have a few questions for you that relates to the book. All right.
Okay.
Okay. And speak loud enough so the camera can hear you, but you don't have to yell. Papa, are you scared that AI will eventually take over the world?
Yes.
If you could go to the store and buy a robot friend, would you?
Yes.
Okay, you can answer these with like more than a yes or no too, if you want to like talk about it a little bit, like why you have your stance. Do you think that there's something special and unique about each person that like makes them themselves?
No.
Why?
Because we're all just animals.
You don't think that we all kind of just have like our own personalities and things that drive us and stuff?
All right. Well, let me ask you a question.
That's not how this works. I'm just kidding. What's your question?
Do you think that each giraffe is unique?
No, we're not giraffes. Do giraffes have skyscrapers?
I didn't ask you that.
I asked you, do giraffes have skyscrapers?
Do what?
Do giraffes have skyscrapers?
No.
Why not? All right. I just explained to you the plot of the book. Do you remember Klara and the Sun? Would you read that book?
No.
Why?
I don't read.
If you could read, would you read the book?
I might listen to somebody read it.
Okay. Well, thank you. You know, you answered these pretty fast, so that's all I have today.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, we're going to be concluding our anticipatory set, and I hope this book talk did get you anticipating reading this amazing novel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to leave any thoughts about the video in the comments. If you read the book, put spoiler wordings on anything you decide to leave, please. This is Lucille Yos with Girl Talk History. See you next time!